Good morning, everyone. So it's really sunny here today where we're at. You know, I had the strangest dream last night about palm trees with rainbow writing on them. And the rainbow writing, it wasn't like writing that I could read. It wasn't of this language. It didn't look like it was of any language in the world. It was like I couldn't understand it. I couldn't. They were going up the green part of the palm trees, rows of them. They were in rows. The writing was like in straight rows going up, and then it would curve over to where the palm leaves were on the palm trees. But it was really strange. There was this sheltered area that had like a roof on it, and it was like long. And then there were like two palm trees that were standing there. They were green. They had some of the brown at the bottom, but they were green and very healthy looking with the feathers, with the branches on them. Good morning. And the rainbow writing went up the two, and it went over to the side where the branches, the leaves were. They were above the shelter. There were like two, and then there were three. And then my dream continued something about, it looked like little flying crafts or something, like in this stacked up, but not neatly stacked on the side. And there were some people around, and there was like a vegetable plant, like a broccoli. It was cold weather vegetables. They were brought in the little bitty pod cups, and they were just a seed. You could see the pod cups were open, and you could just see the seed. Hello, Apple Brooks, Honey, and Susan B. But the plant was fully matured. Somebody said, you can't grow nothing like with a seed like that and expect it to live. But they were fully matured, and they had like had some broccoli on it, and I forget what the other type was, but like a leafy cold weather crop. So I was looking at it, thought, wow, I can see the seed. It was like that. It was like an almond seed. It was the shape of it. There was no roots that I could see, just the plant. It had grown, it had matured. And then there was like the shelter with it was like three palm trees lined up side by side, and they were smooth. The green on the palm tree from, the base is not so green at the very, very bottom, but as it goes up, it's really pretty green and smooth. And the writing, the rainbow writing, it was some type of a language I've never seen, but it went up in rows. They were straight up and down rows, and they curved over to the leaves of the palm tree. I could see like some of the leaves hanging down, but the majority of the leaves were over the shelter area. And there was this guy. He brung in more palm trees, and he started lining them up. And I thought, wow. I said, these got writing on them too. He lined up around 4 more palm trees. And I wanted to count the total. I cannot remember the total, but I know there were at least 3 that were already there. And he brought in more with the rainbow writing. And then he left. And I was looking around, and we had those saucers or whatever, some kind of it was like a flying saucer like things. They were like stacked, but like not perfectly stacked, and they were small like. And then I looked on the ground, and there were feathers. I started finding rainbow colored feathers. They were light colors. I found a light green, a light pink, I think like a light blue. There was like a white one, and I was looking down. I said, I'm finding these different colored feathers on the ground where I was at, you all. It was really strange, and I looked down, and then there was like a a very light colored red speckled one on the ground too. So I had all these feathers in my hand, and I was looking around. I said, well, they're gone, whoever they were. I said, but their feathers, they left their feathers. The feathers are on the ground. That's what I said, and I was thinking of the flying saucers or something, whatever it was the feathers, and then the palm trees with the rainbow writing going up the green part. There was none down at the base or the middle. They were toward the top. It was beautiful, and I could not read it at all. It was some type of a language I've never seen. And they were put inside the sheltered area. So if you would think of a sheltered area like this porch, it was open on both ends, but the trees, the palm trees, I'm just using this as an example, the palm trees were placed like just right here, lining up. There was no railing on it. It was just an opened thing, kind of like a carport, but their leaves went up here, lining up along the edge of the sheltered area. And I was wondering, why did the rainbow words writing go into the palm leaves? That's what I was wondering. Why was it going into the palm leaves? But it did. And then the feathers on the ground. I was really, when I saw the feathers on the ground, I was really excited. I was, especially when they were multicolored. Like, I mean, each feather had a different color, and they were all like soft pastel-y colors. And it made me feel good seeing them. It made me feel good seeing the palm trees with the writing, rainbow writing, going straight up. And it was pastel-y rainbow. And the letters, they're not no cursive letters. They were like, I can't explain the letters at all. But they were like perfectly straight in rows, going straight up into the leaves. They covered the greater part, the 3/4 of the top of the palm before you got to the leaves, is what they did. It was really, I woke up from that and I thought rainbow warriors. I did. That's what I thought. I found those feathers. They were laying right there by my feet, and I reached down. There was like where the ships were, the flying discs, or whatever you want to call them, stacked up, and then like off to the side is where the feathers, like they were different colored feathers down there, and I just kept picking them up like that, and I just smiled and looked around and couldn't see nothing, but I knew something was there and they had left. And we had those palm trees. There was around, I don't know, 6 or 7 total that some gentleman, he brought in and lined them up next to the palm trees. When he lined them up, let me tell you, I'm trying to talk about this dream I had. It was the strangest dream. So if this would be the end of the porch, or that overhang right here, he lined them up to where they took maybe, I don't know, maybe a third of the distance of the overhang, lined them up. And I thought, well, what if he's going to, you know, line them up to where they cover the whole entire perimeter? But he didn't. He didn't. And then he left. You know, it kind of looked like, the person doing that kind of looked like Tray 57. That's what it kind of looked like, Tray 57. Picking them up and lining them up right along the area with that writing. I wish I could read that writing, but I don't know what it meant. But I know that they were perfectly lined rows going straight up and then over toward the leaves, and they extended beyond the top of the sheltered area. It was a sheltered area and it was open. Yeah. So yeah, you all, rainbow warriors rising from the phoenix. It could possibly, that's what I thought. I thought, what do I know? that would have rainbow, and that's the only thing I could think of with the feathers. You just got what? Rainbow Turtle, yes, you just got through changing your name to Rainbow Turtle. Wimpy Turtle. Wow, you all, because, yeah, we know you were Wimpy Turtle. Yeah, let me push this around. My hand is getting a cold. I need a drink of water or coffee. I don't drink coffee that much at all. I mean, it's very rare, but they had coffee here. I'll try to stomach it. Yeah, light language. Well, it wasn't no dark language because I did not get no dark, eerie feeling at all, but there was lots of people around, and it was a sheltered overhang is what it was. With rainbow letters going up into the leaves, and the leaves covered that part of the sheltered area. Good morning in Ohio. That's right. Good morning, everyone. You're late. What did you miss? Kathy, honey, some dream I had. And before that happened, right before that, because this one ties in, I was staring at the sky, out a window, seeing these same images over and over and over and over. But this time it was seeing like straight like clear ships or windows of something in the sky itself, and they look kind of like, you know, like great big beings, how they would look out the windows. I was seeing that type of shapes in the clearness of the sky. I was just seeing the invisible part of them, but they had their structure. That's what I was doing right before that happened. I thought, I'm getting in my dream. I thought, I'm getting tired of seeing this, because I had to watch it over and over. I had to stare at it over and over and over and over, and I knew I was being shown it in my dream. I did. The sky was this color right here, but inside that sky was something. I cannot explain what it was. It didn't look like one of the ships that I saw with whatever, but it was so close up. I was seeing parts of something up there, some type of a ship up there, you all, and there were not very many details because it was kind of like blocky, box-like. There were no curves in what I was looking at, but I saw that for a long time before I whatever over to that dream right there. I'm O positive. At least that's what it said when I had my blood test done. I'm not no AB, ABA, or RH, none of that. I'm not. I'm O positive. I'm positive of that, I think. But you know, what if they can hide? You know, this would be a perfect thing. You could plant people, more or less spirits, behind certain sequences within the human population. You could, and your enemy would never know it. They wouldn't know it. You'd be looking for one type of sequence, all the while hidden within the other sequences, you have the different spirit types. I've thought about that quite often. Yeah. So my dream was rainbow. It was palm trees, fully matured palm trees, smooth, lined up in a sheltered area that was opened, and it didn't have no railings. It was like a carport area lined up with rainbow writing going up the third part of them, straight rows. and it was pretty cool. It's not like each, it blended in so perfect is what it did. It blended in the pastel colors. They would blend into each other, and there was the rainbow like that on each palm tree that he brought. And I thought, where? I thought, where's he getting these palm trees? I did, with the writing on them. I wasn't afraid because there was 3 already there, and he brung around 3 or 4 more and lined them straight up, touching each other, you all, is what he did. Yeah. Johanna Israel, that's true. Because the enemy also did his stuff too. He did. That's okay, you all. If you've got love inside of you living, and you're anchored in it, you're of the light. You are. And people will know it too. They'll know what's inside of you, because you can't keep it hidden. You really can't, because it comes out of you. So yeah, you please give this video a thumbs up. That's right, Susan B. Honey, thank you. I am going to go because it's cold out here. This drink right here that I'm drinking is cold. But I wanted to share that with you. It was the strangest, well, I've had some strange dreams, but that one right there stuck out because of the writing and the different colored feathers that I saw laying right below my feet is what I saw, and picked them up. And they were pastel-y, and then whatever it was, like the saucer-like discs, like they were piled up. They were small then, and they weren't perfectly straight. And it was as if something was there, but I couldn't see it. And yet the feathers remained, and then the writing on the palm trees. Yeah, it is. I am going to go, you all, so thank you for tuning in this morning. It's kind of cold out here. So wherever. Let me, Gina, get your act together. I'm going to get it together, you all. That's right. Oh, you're so welcome. And Rainbow Turtle, that's very synchronicity, synchronicity, whatever. You changing your thing from the wimpy turtle or whatever to the rainbow before this video. That's right. Thank you all. So hello, wherever you are in any part of the world. Hello. From my heart to yours, love you. Have a wonderful rest of your morning, you all, and have a beautiful day. Love you.